are they asking for when they're asking for the bare minimum?
Okay. So the number one thing is all insurance is removing the risk of you being liable onto the insurance company, right? So you're removing that barrier of having to pay everything. The insurance company's taking that responsibility for you. That's number one. Number two is insurance is a great way to be able to have a product that has a lot of value, protected, well wrapped around, well protected, with a lot of good coverages inside. Now, can you buy a bare bone policy? If that's what you can afford and you're closing on a deal and that's all you have right now, I understand that, right? But don't let that policy stay like that more than 6 months or a year, because the next storm in Central Texas is coming around the corner. The next hail is about to hit your home. It hits all of us, right? There's a lot of risk with not having insurance or having very little. But start at the top of the policy and look at making sure that you have $300,000 to $500,000 of liability. That's the part that's going to defend you. And it costs very little to have $500,000 versus $300,000. When I say very little, it's less than $20, $25 a year for that difference. So why not have $200,000 more in coverage? The next thing is having replacement costs. That's the best phrase that I can use is replacement costs, meaning that what's it going to take the insurance company to replace that house, considering labor, considering materials, and all the permits. So most people say, well, I bought my house for $500,000 and you want to insure it for $600,000. It's not that we want to insure it for $600,000. It's that the demand on the labor, the materials, the pricing of getting the permits to rebuild that house. Now, the one thing that we subtract from that number is the value of the land, because the land is not going to be replaced. So there's some gains, right? But the important thing is having it at replacement cost versus actual cash value. Actual cash value should be something that scares most people. Now, if you want to be able to have an actual cash value coverage, that's because you can afford a loss. You don't have to worry about financially losing a whole lot of value on the payout to you from the insurance company. So you can afford to take a higher deductible. You can afford to have, let's say, a claim be $30,000, but because it's actual cash value, you're not going to get paid the $30,000 minus the deductible. You're going to get paid a formula, $30,000 minus the deductible minus the depreciation out of that house. Let's say it's a roof, and the roof is $20,000 to replace, and your deductible is $1,000. Company would pay you $19,000 to replace that roof, but in an actual cash value sense, you would get a lot less than $19,000, maybe $10,000. Maybe the roof is 20 years old, and the life of that roof is 30 years old. So you're losing 20 years. So those are some of the things that you can do with homeowners. You can also add some great coverages, like, for example, foundation coverage. Not every company has that. You can also add water damage and seepage and leakage coverage. That's one of the biggest problems in today's homes, is a pipe break somewhere and you have $30,000 in damage and you don't have any coverage. Water backup. You know, those are some of the items that you can consider having.
What's the difference between water damage and water backup while you're at it?
Well, water backup, imagine this. The sewage lines underneath the ground, let's say the city has them backed up for whatever reason. They break, they're old, and all that crud goes into the neighborhood homes, into your sinks, into your toilets, into your showers. Who's going to clean that up? What's available for that cleanup? That's what the water backup is, okay? Now, water damage is if a water line in your house ruptures and water spreads all over your house, then how do you cover that? That's one of the most biggest claims that we have in today's market is water damage.
Okay. And it has to be accidental, correct?
In most cases, yes. There is coverage that is accidental, and the policies built in there, or slow leaks, yes. Most of your what they call HOB policies have that coverage, so seepage and leakage and accidental. So you want to be able to have that discussion with your insurance agent. So what I'm trying to tell you, more than anything else, is the biggest investment you make is your house. Don't wrap it around with this cheapest product because you just want to cover it. You want to make sure that you have a great conversation with your agent, that you go line by line in coverages, that you feel comfortable walking out of that transaction where you feel that now you're well protected.
I understand that in order to get the loan, they need to have the loan amount covered. But why do they need personal property and all the other
Okay.
coverages?
Now imagine you buy your house, $500,000, and you fill your house with all your possessions. Most people don't have a clue of what the expense is on their clothes. If they had to replace their closet, what would that take? So if you had a fire, if you had a weather-related claim, if you had water backup issue, or you had some kind of water damage issue that damaged all your furniture, all your carpets, all your clothing, then how do you replace that? That becomes very expensive. So not only is your home replacement cost, but so are your contents. Contents meaning everything that you own in the house. I'll close with this. It's always great to work with a great insurance agent, right? But it's always great to work with a great mortgage person that can really help you make decisions on the biggest purchase. And when you're able to find one that you can trust, that is going to tell you how it is, and it can lead you in the right direction, because it's an unknown. And in you, a lot of clients are going to find, and every client is going to find a great mortgage person.
My family and I, with our insurance needs, and we fully trust you, and I'm sure that you'll take great care of my clients.
Absolutely.
Let us know if you have any questions. Reach out to Felix. I'll leave his contact information. You also have mine. Reach out to us with any insurance or mortgage information that you need, any questions you have, and we'll be happy to help you.